Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida, and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio, life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. The man with the scoop, William Cooper. Alex the Goat Tavella. And always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill. Like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning to all our loyal listeners, libertarians, and lovers of the leaf. Honest Abe here, and we are broadcasting KMA Talk Radio this fine Saturday morning live. And as always, I'm here with my trusted crew, the man we like to call the GOAT, Alex Tavella. And sitting in for our dear friend William the Scoop Cooper is the none other than the surgeon from up north, our dear friend John McTavish. And sitting in as guest host this week, our other dear friend, Mr. John Carney. Welcome and good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Best way to start your Saturday.
Absolutely.
There you go.
It is enjoyable, to be real honest with you. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, man, it'd be nice. It's a lot of work that goes in it, but it is a really nice routine to be a part of, and I look forward to it.
You know, John, I'm going to tell you something. I mean, you know, I don't know. This is going on 16 years now, probably for me, maybe plus. And, committing pretty much almost every Saturday of the year, every Saturday morning to something is a real commitment, right? I mean, you literally kind of plan the majority of your things in life
Because
around
you're
it.
really committing your Friday night to it too.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean,
Yeah, you got your like. I ain't doing shit at 2:00. I ain't going out at 2:00 in the morning on a Friday.
Yeah.
Events on a Friday are kind of.
I'm kind of beyond that age of being out till 2 or 3 in the morning on a Friday.
No,
anyway.
but I'm saying even events. We try to. We got the show in the morning. I'm fucking leaving early.
Yeah, and it's not like you're doing entirely zero prep, right? You got show notes to do, you got images for the show to do, you got to share the links. I mean, it's not like you're just doing Saturday morning.
But look, I ain't gonna lie. There are times like, oh man, I'm not for KMA. But every time we come on, it's such a cathartic time. It's something. It's literally a time I kind of look forward to every Saturday, and it's just like a commitment to get together with my buds and share a cigar. And I think that's really what just keeps it going. Is that for me personally, I enjoy this time, especially even when I don't think I'm up for it. And Alex has seen me start shows like, bro, I'm out of it today, man. You may have to carry a little.
Yeah, you got to carry this one.
You got to carry. But then we get into it. We get started.
Yeah, the grooves start.
The grooves start. It just starts rolling. So.
Just real quick, and I don't know why, but they came into my mind during the intro. But shout out to the Girardi brothers, may they rest in peace. They just came into my mind during the show, and I'm sure they will for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, we think of them regularly, and the thing is, we still deal with his company.
Right.
Rick and his brothers are.
What's his name?
Rick and
Mauricio?
Rick.
No, what's
Federico?
Federico? Are they still kind of like?
Yeah, I mean they're still putting stuff into us, and for years they've been in our importers. They've in fact, if you remember the digital experience where Rick actually performed our theme song live at the end of the
right
broadcast, they actually had a commercial for All American. All American company.
John, you ever worked with the Girardis?
No, but obviously. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we got double John.
Dude, John.
I assumed.
You know what? I should have known.
Yeah, I assumed you didn't ever worked with the Girardis.
Important, John. Please carry on.
I guess we'll have to just refer to me as Carney today to make this easier. This was poor planning, guys. I picked this day too.
Awkward.
No, I didn't deal with them directly. I know some of their family members, and I've only heard really positive things about them. I never dealt with them directly. What ended up being the result of that whole situation? Did the guy they caught the guy? Has he been handled?
Everybody's dead. Unfortunately, there's no other way to say it.
Oh, he died too.
Yeah, self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Funny story, real quick. I
didn't even say the damn word because I'm like, YouTube. Which word will YouTube allow me to say? Self-inflicted.
Have you heard of that? Have you heard of that podcast and news show? It's kind of politically driven, but it's that guy Patrick Bet David.
Yeah.
So he was out of Fort Lauderdale. Anyway, long story short, he's kind of got a Tony Robbins style type thing. It's personal development.
A little less. I feel like a little less like motivational speaker. You know what I mean?
Yes.
More business.
Business.
Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, more business. Hey, like you come to our vault show, we're going to give you a roadmap that you can execute as a business and give you connections. So more of a networking thing. Anyway, long story short, I do some work with them and I'm part of the group. And the guy that recruited me in was their nephew. And he's like, hey man, he's like, you're in the cigar business. I go, yeah. And he brought them up and I was like, oh dude, I'm like, that's awful. He's like, yeah. He goes, that was my family. So that's my interactions with them. But yeah, they were, I always heard great things about them and, really just a sad story, huh?
Yeah, about as sad as it gets. And they do a lot. They've done it for years. They've done a lot of importing for the cigar industry, helping cigar companies bring their cigars into the country. And they did importing for us. All the stuff for years that comes in for the Great Smoke and all the stuff we have made overseas. They get it to our warehouse. They help facilitate when the factory's done doing their work and making the product. They facilitate getting it from wherever it's at to our warehouse. So we still work with the company, so they're always on our mind. But
it's kind of one of those things where all the heavy lifting behind the scenes, and if you weren't in the industry, you wouldn't know who they were. And so I think people who kind of follow the industry, they're like, I don't know who that company is, who those people are, but everyone who's in the industry are like, oh, either know them directly, have worked with them directly, or know them indirectly because they touch all aspects of the business.
They really do. So that being said, let's light one up in honor of those guys. And I go dig. So I got a current setup. I think in another week or two,
It's happening.
I'll be ready to broadcast from my home
indoors.
Office, right?
Nice.
Indoors in my home.
Right in
office.
time for summer. Just in time for summer.
Really, by next week, latest 2 weeks. So I'm still out in Lanai, and it's funny because they have this computer stand that props the laptop up to a nice level.
Yeah, eye level. Yeah.
And we put this on this really old JR cigar. It's a big humidor, one of the ones that our dear friend Andy used to make for Lou Rothman. These branded old brands that some of you never even heard of. This one's Bach and Sia. It's a beautiful green humidor, but it's huge, so it gives me good distance. But I go digging in there to see what's in there because it's my wife's humidor before I start KMA every week. And I grabbed one that caught my eye, and I never smoked it. So this will be interesting.
Wow.
This is the Double Diamante.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't smoked this one yet, but yeah.
I'll be glad when you're done with green screens.
Yeah, me too. Me too. By the way, I took a little test of the backdrop of where I would be broadcasting from. The bookshelf is the perfect backdrop, bro. Never green screen again. It looks great.
And have you done the official exhaust test, all that stuff yet, or?
No.
That was the part that made me slightly uncomfortable. Like, have I spent all this time and money, and it's not going to work properly? Because boy, am I going to feel like a chump.
So my wife's. This is our master bedroom, right that way. But my wife's probably still asleep. She might be awake, so I got not talk loud enough. So, yeah, I tried to tell her about your system and how foolproof it was and how anal your wife was, John. And I said, I'm going to do all this work. And my wife wasn't having it for smoking inside.
Wow.
So I think the deal I'm going to make is I'm bringing in A3, mostly psychology for her. I mean, they work pretty good. It's not a big room. But I'm just going to barter. I'm going to wait till like she's really, really in a good mood. Like when I do something really nice, and I'm just going to say, listen, I just want to smoke during KMA. It's the only time I'll ever smoke in the room. I got the A3, and I think I can get her to break out that. That's going to be my plan.
Yeah, no joke about my wife being a bloodhound. Like,
I know.
Yeah, she like literally smells the cigar 3 blocks away and can identify the country of origin based on the aroma. And I'm like, okay, but you're supposed to like the smoke, not, She's like, no, it's terrible. I can't stand it. Like, okay.
No, she wasn't buying it. What are you guys lighting up this morning? And you guys out there, what are you lighting up? I can't.
Christoph Cameroon this morning, yeah.
That is from the vault.
From the vault. I had a few tickle trunks, yeah. It's
really funny, Alex. I didn't tell you this, but I speak honestly and candidly, and the way I approach KMA is there's really nothing I'm going to say on KMA I wouldn't say to anybody's face. And I think we talked about Glenn and Christoph during one of the episodes of about how he's got a decent market where his hometown is Chicago, but he hasn't been able to break through whatever. Yep. And this happens often when we talk about somebody. They actually pulled me aside during the PCA, which kind of shows you how many people are kind of watching our show.
Yeah.
But we heard what we said, and we don't think you're wrong. We respect it. We'd love to talk to you and pick your brain. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, man. Reach out to me anytime. I'll be glad to tell you, my opinion on everything and where things, kind of stand as far in the way I see things. So, yeah, man, people be listening to the show.
Mm-hmm.
What are you smoking, John?
I'm lighting up the Madus. It's the Hootin and Hollerin Madus. It's one of 2 patented cigar shapes in the world, and it's milder. That's why I'm lighting it up. It's a little milder. But I have 3 cigars. So I got that. I've got the Operation Overlord, which is for D-Day, and then I got the 601 Blue 20th anniversary blend that Eric gave me at the PCA show. So I'm gonna light the Madus first, and I'm going with 601 Blue 20th anniversary.
That's the cartridge shape, is that right? What's the shape called?
It's a cartridge. Yeah,
cartridge. Yeah.
I feel like that
exists. Is this out?
What?
The
Yes.
601 Blue 20.
Yes.
Yeah. It's if you're a friend of Espinosa, you might have weaseled one at the trade show.
Yeah, I did. I got one of those. But yeah, this was called the cartridge. So coincidentally, one of the cool things that's a claim to fame for me, it's completely on accident, but I've been in charge.
I was just going to say that. The only two. I was just going to say that. John is in exclusive territory. The only guy who has sold the only 2 patented cigars in the industry.
And be around at the time of like their inception and when they got the patents. And it's funny. So it's on my resume now, and it's totally on accident. But I've been part of the creation of and development of the only 2 patented cigar shapes in the world.
Is it just me, or is John coming in computerized?
No,
he's good for me.
Oh shit! It's just on my end. It's funny. You two sound great. John sounds like a computer.
It's the
John,
tubes, man. It's the tubes.
No.
Yeah. So I also today, the reason I was running a little behind for you guys is this is my second time being guest host here, and I got this new microphone set up that I'm trying to use, and I wanted to be official, kind of like you guys are. So I'm not able to use it today because I just couldn't get it connected. But
you look like Vince McMahon with that mic.
That's right.
I'll be cutting. I'll cut some promos later.
Right.
I got some new equipment too, Alex.
Do you?
Yeah, I got the arm coming down. I got a little light thing because the bookshelf behind me has internal lighting, so I don't know if it's gonna bleed out.
Blow you out, yeah.
Behind me, so I got some front lighting.
Will.
Yeah, I got some front lighting, and I got a little. I got a toy.
Well, something.
I got a little soundbite mixer.
Okay, all right,
really?
That's cool.
One of the.
Good luck.
Why?
Who's gonna set it up for you? You?
Bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
ChatGPT, I'm a master at everything now. ChatGPT gonna set.
He'll give you an answer. It's just not going to give you the right answer.
Gonna set that motherfucker right up for me.
Right.
Mo equipment, mo problems is how that works.
Nah, it's minimal equipment. It's just mic and a light, which I already have. You know, and just I didn't get a sound mixer because I don't got the knobs and shit. I'm not doing none of that shit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I got a little thing with like 6 or 8 buttons. I could just do sound effects. You know, the old Sarge coffee. It's too hard to do it here. You can't do it fast.
Yeah.
You know, we have some sound bites
guys.
here.
Speaking of sound, Alex, did you say are you smoking anything, Alex?
I'm smoking a Dav GC.
Oh, there you go.
I just grabbed. I just went in. I'm out of. And I just grabbed. I was behind. Yeah, I just grabbed.
You know what? It's wild. I almost grabbed a Dav. When I opened up the box, the first thing I saw was what I thought was one of the old 702. So I grabbed it really quick, and I was going to smoke it. And then it was a Millennium, and I'm like, I looked at it, like, it's too short. I'll be done like in the first 40 minutes of the show. So I grabbed something larger that would last most of the show.
That 702 is so good,
dude.
Where were you going, John?
I still, you know what? I don't know. I'm almost tempted to reach out to them and see if they'll make it a house brand for us.
Ooh.
Wasn't the 702 part of that rolling series that they did too, where they did some events around the country where they would roll you a 702 or whatnot?
I don't know.
Who the fuck knows? Who knows?
I don't know. But it was really one of my favorite blends, probably of all time from them.
They, I haven't had a chance to smoke it yet, but they just came out with that. I guess it's the new limited edition blends they have. They have like a Habano and a Maduro version that just came out with a Davidoff, and then they had they had the Oro Dominicano that came out. I smoked that at the PCA.
Yeah,
so
they had
it
the
was not my
Dominicano.
favorite, and then they just came out with this new limited edition one. It's 2 different SKUs. Maybe I'm saying the words wrong, but I've seen it in the Davidoff cabinets traveling around, and haven't had that. But where I was going with this was this 601. I just looked to the side. You remember the San Latano ovals?
Oh, I love the oval, man. Loved it.
This 601 is like a super soft box press. And,
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that feel. And it was always a good feel in my hand. And that's what, I don't know if you've been watching over here and you guys have been talking about picking it up and feeling it in my hand.
Yeah.
It feels great.
That San Latano, when it came out, I'm telling you, I think San Latano was AJ's like first like
Big
brand.
hit. Yeah.
No, I think it was first brand for himself.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He's
yeah.
making tons of shit, but I believe San Latano was his brand. And man, it was such a big hit, and then just kind of died down over the years. And I think he died down when he started offering other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think New World just killed it. When New World came out for $6,
Well, that's what you said.
$7.
If he released other lines, I think
Ate his own SKUs. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I remember I was working here when first price increase, nothing went up but New World. They knew New World was killing everything.
Dude, there was a point where I think I was in Nicaragua. We're having a conversation, and he was like upset because we were selling too much New World.
And nothing, right?
Wait, story. And I'm like,
That's
so
funny.
let me get this straight. You're mad because I'm selling too much of your product, but he just didn't feel like we were selling the balance of the portfolio. I'm like, hey, dude, I don't control that. You know, you made a cigar that everybody wants at a price point everybody wants. You know, what do you want me to tell you? But yeah, he was like, you know, yeah, he was like almost like upset we were selling too much New World at the time.
What did Alec Baldwin say? A man comes in with his money. Are you man enough to take it? Are you man enough to take it?
Are you? Speaking of my mug, finished week 2 of this year's Summer of Saka. We actually have our first repeat triple baller that happened this week. So he will be getting a very special gift. He already has his black card from last year. The first EBC executive black card member, Humidor, is went out this week. So I think there'll be pictures on it online this year. But 2 weeks in, 2 weeks left, giving away the first watch. Actually, you know, I haven't talked about it yet. I might talk about it. The guy with the first watch is going to get extra perk. He's going to get a free extra strap for the watch.
Nice.
Oh, is it?
Well, what happened was, if you look at the picture that the watch we're giving away, it's a white watch, right? It's a white banded watch and kind of like a blue and white faced, you know, electrostatic face. And because we were trying to keep in theme, we was trying to kind of keep the color theme. So the mug for this month was kind of like gray, bluish mug, white, you know, bluish mug. That watch actually comes with a beautiful like royal blue band. But I asked if they would switch it before shipping to us and put the white band on it, because then it fit our theme perfectly.
Yeah. Yep.
They forgot, so they shipped it to me with the blue band, and then FedExed me the white band
nice.
later. So you're gonna get 2 bands.
Nice.
Are those so I know, you know, you can go with metal band, or you can go with like a material band, like a leather or leatherette. Is it a metal band or is it leather?
So last year's watches were all metal bands. This year,
Bracelets.
some of the watches are leather
I like
bands.
bracelets.
Some of the watches are leather bands. I guess they're all leather bands, but like
Bracelets and straps.
Like, they
Bracelets and straps.
what do you mean bracelets and straps? Oh, they're not leather?
Bracelets are metal. Straps are leather. Or
Okay.
rubber.
All right. So there's bracelets and straps. Gotcha.
Bracelets and straps.
Some of the watches have that like alligator leather look feel.
Yes. Yeah.
But the brown one, and I think one of the other ones, it's kind of got this suede. Alex saw it. It's kind of got this suede feel to it. It's actually super, super sharp. That's the brown one. And I think the black one, the gold one, maybe that way, is got that suede touch feel. So it's kind of cool. They're hot watches here.
Yeah, I mean, I only asked because, you know, the only 2 things that watch guys, you know, big on is obviously the look of the watch, like the style of the watch, and then, I mean, as a watch guys are very, very particular about the strap. Like, it's wild to me. Guys are, you know, they're one kind of strap. That's the kind of strap they like. You know, it's like you're a bracelet or a metal or or a material.
No, I like to diversify.
You like both?
Yeah. In fact, one of my watches that my wife got me for my birthday, my 50th. I actually went and got the leather strap, and I alternate between them. Sometimes I wear the watch. Oh. Sometimes it's a more formal outing. I'll put the metal band on. It's a little bit more casual of an outing. I put the leather strap on. No, I like the variety. I'm not like a one style strap guy. My problem is, and this is another reason why I've never experienced this in any other brand than Accutron, is 98% of the time a rubber or a leather button or strap won't fit my wrist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not like a metal watch.
Yeah.
It's not like
nowadays, if you order them online, like from the
you can get a large.
You can get the larger size. But when you're
because I think
like
that's the issue, right?
You're
The default
never
of a medium.
It's like
which is weird.
It's like me buying jeans. I can't buy jeans off the shelf; they're too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So,
I need that 32 leg.
Every
I need
watch
28
I've seen from Accutron, whether it's the metal or even if it's the straps,
Yeah.
fit.
Oh,
Fit.
that's nice.
The metal one's the first watch ever in my life that I actually have to take a couple links after I got it. Every metal watch I've ever bought, I had to buy a couple links, which is kind of a pain in the ass because they ain't cheap.
You watch nerd at all, John?
No, not big. I just wear an Apple Watch, and I got the nicest.
Well, because you're a data nerd, that's why.
Yeah, well, no, I also like it for tracking health stuff. I use it for.
That's what I'm saying. You're a data
yeah.
nerd. You like all that stuff. Me too.
And then I never really enjoyed. I've never been a big jewelry guy. Like I don't wear necklaces. I'm not a huge fan of rings. I got my wedding rings, one of those rubber ones or whatever, silicone. So never. But I have a couple Nixon watches were watches that I really liked. But I've never gotten really into it. I like food and wine, man. I spend my watch money on wine and drinks and food experiences.
Where in the world is Rafael Nodal? He's in Miami.
Today it's Miami.
Rafa, I don't know if you caught at the beginning of the show.
This morning it's Miami. Who knows where it'll be by this evening?
For the first time, I'm trying this. It's actually
we can't
really,
see
really
it.
good.
It does not like your band, hey?
Does not like that gold.
Maybe it's the gold throwing it off.
Yeah, it does not like that gold. It's too.
Huh.
I'm actually doing one of yours this morning. I'm doing a double Diamante and really enjoying it.
That's a great cigar. I've smoked a few of those. They
I've
really
had the
knocked it out of the
Diamante.
park.
I've had plenty of the original Diamante, but this is my first double. So
yeah, I'll tell you, Raphael, when they brought him on, they essentially acquired his brand through the distribution and whatever that setup is with Aging Room. He took over, slowly took over all different aspects of their blending and creation of products. And it's not like a coincidence over the last 10 years that like everything that's been coming out's been like lights out and high quality.
Yeah.
It has been good.
We've said on the show before, as far as like psychologically how I look at, there's AR and BR, after Raphael and before Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you something. I think COVID rebirthed him.
Mm-hmm.
COVID, because he was involved and around before COVID. But I think COVID, he just started playing piano and started doing videos and just got out there with the people. And I think COVID really, birthed him in a new way in this industry. And we have a great relationship with him. Great relationship, and happy to be able to do projects and work with Rafa. So thank you very much.
And the cigars, I'll be honest, like all the stuff coming out of Altadis, the cigars are just better than they were 5-10 years ago. If you go and smoke like a Hoyt Monterey right now, it's right? It's kind of just an okay thing. You don't really ever hear anybody talk about it. But there's people that are like actually really excited about Romeo and Julieta and Monte Cristo, and the blends are really, really good. They're just better than they were. So whatever they're doing, keep doing it.
Like a new collaboration with CLE, and look, we did it. We did a thing, and some of you may be new to our culture and club here, so and I know, but we did this thing for 2 years called the Connoisseur Club. Super innovative idea that Drew Escade eventually stole from us, but I always got to slip that in when we talk about Connoisseur Club. Yeah. When you read, we had manufacturers make us 600 cigars of a blend of just a new blend. Whatever they wanted to do, we gave them complete liberty to try out of the box, whatever. And, I expect the cigar geeks guys, the smaller guys who are really into it and everything, to have gotten excited about it and do cool stuff. But what I never really expected, right, was Altadis. And Raphael was so into that program for 2 years, man. He not only really worked at trying to make something, he would be involved. How'd it go? What did people think? He'd want to know. He was very into it, which really says a lot. Because if you can get into something like that really, there was a few hundred people involved in that club, it just shows you how much he's really into what he does.
I was a member of it and participated.
As
a manufacturer of LFD. Yeah,
I remember because the first LFD was kind of a curveball. It was a lighter, not something I'd pick up and say, "Oh yeah, this is LaFleur for sure."
I think
that was a really cool club.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the beauty of that too, is because just knowing the manufacturers over the years, sometimes they're very what's the word I'm looking for? Hesitant, or just they're
Standoffish, yeah.
Standoffish whenever they're making something new, a new blend, because they're always afraid how it's going to, especially if they got a lot of good stuff going. They don't want to make the one that's not perceived well. And this was a really good outlet for the companies that really took advantage of it, just to go bonkers, to actually try the shit that they were afraid to put out there, and
No pun intended.
right, and experiment without catastrophic results. If people didn't like it, it was an experimental program. There was a few hundred people in the group. It was nothing. So I think that was kind of the cool part, because there were some things that I know people were like, holy shit, I don't like anything those guys make. This cigar is good. And then it drove some of those people to go retry those brands, because sometimes we'll try something once and then we develop a psychology of, I don't like anything they make, or we try one or two things, but they might make stuff that you actually like.
Yeah, and got to tell you, it was a little bit of risky business for a manufacturer. I even know you're only making cigars for 500 people. You drop a dud, there's more than 500 people going to hear about it. So it was a little bit of risky business. You can't just come with a turd.
Yeah, when you're a bigger company, I think it's ironic, because you'd think a bigger company could shrug that off, but it's the reverse. When you're a small company, people are going to be a lot more forgiving. It's no big deal. You can pivot really easily. When you're a big company, that stink tends to stick around, and people talk about it much way beyond when it was originally released.
But also, what people don't realize is too is you think the bigger companies could do it easier. It's harder for them. Yeah. Smaller companies are more nimble and can adjust quicker, and can have something done, where the bigger companies have such production timelines and what's going on. It's a much more.
State's got to send the blend to legal to get it approved before they put it in.
Like literally,
yeah.
It's funny. It's funny. Yeah, Boofy was a good part of it. We had a good time. It was a good time. It brought a lot.
It served its purpose for the time, man. It served its purpose for the time.
Yeah, and honestly, it's one of those things, and this is kind of when I look at projects, it's sustainability. It wasn't there. It really wasn't there. I think 2 years was a good run for it. I think we stopped it at the right time. Continually asking these manufacturers to make these little blends ongoing, and then you run the gamut, right? How many times can Altadis do it, or how many times can this company do it? How many times can this company do it? It just was a nice experiment in a time where I think we all just needed to keep interaction going amongst ourselves,
And you just also, even in that time too, supply lines were tough. We're already asking for, cigar of the month stuff. We're seeking out and searching, and it's like, oh, and by the way, can you make us 500 or something out of nowhere?
Super tiny.
Yeah.
Nothing but a pain for you to do. Yeah.
It really was. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Man, talk about it.
But listen, we had a whole countdown calendar. We're here. Let these guys 4 months from now know they're coming up in 4 months. They're coming up in 2 months. Have their fucking cigars ready.
It must have been a logistical nightmare chasing some of these people around. Because with the club with cigars, where you're using things that either exist or are newer blends or whatever, if you're a manufacturer, you have those set up and you can plan them. Like, hey, Abe, I'm going to send you these right now, and you can use them in August, September, October. Use them whenever you want, right? With the Connoisseur Club, and I remember this vividly, because I said, as a participant in it and also a participant on a manufacturing side, I mean, dude, I think I delivered one of the cigars once, like 2 weeks before, and I can't imagine. And you had it slotted for that time; it had to be in there, right? Because you had the bands made for the sizes. So I'm assuming that was a logistical nightmare. Yeah.
Listen, Connoisseur Club, hands down, was a nightmare for everybody involved, including us. People didn't realize, because we got these cigars with no bands. Then I would have to load them in somebody's car or my car. We actually drove them to Eric Espinosa, because one of his aunts or two of his aunts actually know how to band cigars, like the
bands out properly. Yeah.
Right, they would band them all for us, for each manufacturer, for every month. Then we'd have to drive.
Right,
back.
five different sets.
Yeah, and then we box them. Eric. Yeah, and then we box them, and then even after getting cigars, believe it or not, getting the manufacturers to do the reveal video was a nightmare every aspect of the club. It was not just on the. I mean, for us, for the manufacturers, I'm sure it was just a nightmare all around.
By the way, just going back to the bands for a second, because I had to do this up here for some of the plain package stuff. If you've ever had to band a couple hundred cigars by hand, you recognize very, very quickly how you can do one, but when you have to do 500 of them and you have to do them consistently and you can't get the glue on the wrapper and you can't screw it up, and then you screw it up and you start burning through bands and you're like, okay, this looks way easier when you see the aunties in Nicaragua doing it than when you're doing it with your fat fingers.
The way those women band cigars reminds me of when I used to work in the fish markets in Philly, and the two older Asian guys used to fillet the fish in the back like samurais.
Yeah.
And that's how they and they're just done.
No wasted movements.
Let me tell you something. Putting a band on isn't a problem. I mean, we do some private labeling for weddings and stuff, and we do it in house. And the method of putting a band on is not really that hard. What is hard is doing it as fast as they do it.
And consistently in the same spot.
And consistently.
Yeah, and then all lined up. Because when we do it, we're adjusting, we're trying to make it look normal. I'm the same spot, and I'll tell you what nobody realizes too is fucking celloing a cigar.
Oh, yeah.
Bitch, celloing a cigar
it's
is
the
a
worst.
bitch.
Maybe it's easier when they're not folded. I don't know, but it's a bitch getting it back in, man.
We would get those cigars in cello. And whoever Eric had doing them down there, whichever aunt it was, would uncello them. And when you uncello a cigar, you really can't cello it again. Because because cello's already tainted, it loses the smoothness of the system they have of putting it in there, and it just doesn't look right. So then after they would band them, they would recello them, and it would just be a quick slide in. So you just can't do that. I can't find anybody to do that. You have to, and thank God I got a couple options here in Miami for when we need it. But Connoisseur Club was. It was a beast.
It's like taking the map out. Once the map is unfolded, you want to roll the map up back the way it was perfectly. It's never going to go back the way it was. Never.
It'll never be that same thinness when you got it. Map, man. There are people out there going, "What the fuck's a map?
What's a map?
What the fuck's a map?"
Yeah.
I bet you my kids. A lot of my kids don't know what a map is, but not like what we think of a map. They're thinking of the world map that's hanging on my wall. Well, that's a map.
Lost skill.
Yeah. What a crazy thing. So, John, what are you, Carney? What are you up to these days? Are you on the road? Are you homebound? What's going on?
I travel significantly less than I used to. My career now is
people do that.
Yeah. And then realistically looking back, I mean, spending almost 15 years with LFD, it was almost a blessing to not be part of it. Not there's many blessings of not being part of it, but the biggest one for me was, man, if I was still doing it, I watched some of my peers in this business. Man, they're on the road like 48 weeks a year. Like Terrence Riley is all over the freaking place, and I'm like, dude, that's like killing you. And I don't know why this business I guess it's because it's easy to work hard, right? It's so much easier to just go out and say, hey, I'm going to work hard. And I'm not, for any company, I'm not saying that's what Terrence does, but his company, I'm sure it's like, well, Terrence, just go out and travel 48 weeks a year. You'll sell tons of stuff. Everybody likes you. Bro, you can't do that into your 50s. Like, that's going to beat your ass.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That wear and tear looks like it's showing on him.
I love the man to death, and I think he's getting his ass kicked by the Wisconsin.
Terrence looks tired. When I see Terrence, he just looks tired these days. The traveling does it. I mean, he does it. I don't care who you are.
So for me, the roles and positions, and I have my own company called Shoulders of Giants, which is, if you follow me a little bit closely on social, like really close on social media, occasionally you'll see things from my company, Shoulders of Giants, which is really a leadership newsletter thing my dad started like 15 years ago. I've got 15 years worth of monthly content that my dad has, and everything he creates now is new. So my dad said, what are you going to do with this when I either stop doing it or, get older, or retire from it, or pass away? I'm like, Dad, you've got 15 years of content. I go, I'll just continue to publish the content, this new content from you going forward. And we do some consulting work, but all my business entities in the cigar business the legal business side of me is Shoulders of Giants. So the companies that I work with are all either contractually worked with each other or everything runs through Shoulders of Giants. So starting that over the last 2.5 years has been incredibly stressful because I have to, the performance expectations are much higher now. I have to build brands, and I have employees that work for me for some other contracts that I have, and things that I work with. So it is less travel, but it's more. I'm physically building and developing way more. So it's a different kind of work. But my wife and I were talking about that yesterday. Like the freedom that I have with what I'm doing is like unmatched, and you can't duplicate this stuff. Like I didn't know this is what I was going to be doing 2.5 years ago. It worked its way into this, and I just kept evolving what I was doing with Shoulders of Giants, and as cigar companies got involved, I did that. And then my primary focus is with Hootin Young. My partnership with them is beyond a service type contract. We have some deeper partnerships in that. So I publicly am very driven on that. So that's why people see that very publicly for me. My involvement with Bentley is purely now really on an operational side of it, and being a conduit between Germany and the home base with that and that small corporation over here. We have some brand ambassadors that operate that. I kind of just oversee that. It's kind of like being on the board. But yeah, certainly less travel. And I use Terrence as an example because he's one of the hardest workers, one of the most successful people in this business, in my opinion, and one of the most genuine. And I watch these people just get their ass kicked by these companies because that's the easiest way to make things happen, right? That's the easiest way. Just go out and work a bunch, and if sales are down, well, if you travel more, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I think there's creative things that can happen. But this industry is certainly back to where it was pre-COVID, where it was like, oh, you're going to be out on the road. Another one, Juan Lopez. I mean, he's all over the freaking place. I mean, that's literally going to kill him.
At some point, John, it just becomes part of their blood, right? I think that's how when you do anything long enough, it becomes how you function. But, I just got a color comment on this one. Ralph, I'll take your schedule any day of the week. I love you, man. But I'll take your schedule, buddy, any day of the week. My man is traveling and eating and in style.
Yeah, and I would say it's very different. I think Raphael is at a point where there's a lot of collaboration type things that he's involved in. There's a lot of high level discussions and things he's involved in. I mean, Terrence is literally in accounts, taking freaking orders, managing brokers. That's freaking bonkers. And it's not to take anything away from the amount of travel that Raphael's doing for sure. And it's really, really influential, but it's a really different grind, I would say. But I think you're right. It's becoming part of his blood because, Raphael, you look better now than you did 10 years ago, man. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And let's get some more reps in there, man. Keep it up, baby.
I agree. I want to wish our dear friend Randy Bush a happy 60th coming up. And speaking of Randy Bush, this is a funny story. Up here, I think he put a code. Let me see if I can find the comment. Here it is. So Randy is affiliated with Feed That Party, which was a great sponsor of the digital experience, The Great Smoke. So in celebration of the Summer of Osaka this year, he got a 20% off code at Feed the Party, which, by the way, I've preached and I've said from the first time I ordered from them, the best pork chops you're ever going to have, hands down. And my dad was a butcher. I've never had a better pork chop than the pork chop these guys provided. But what's funny is one of those guys took that code and tried to place an order online and said the code didn't work. He thought it was for Smoke Insight. This is for Feed the Party. But I'm coming on because I did an unboxing video. When he put out this code, I got these 2 big boxes. I opened them up. I opened up one of them. I showed strip steaks. I showed the pork chops. I didn't open up the second box until after I finished the video. And I had forgotten I ordered this case, maybe it was like 5 2-pound bags of these shrimps. I forget what they call it. Holy shit. Probably some of the best shrimp I ever eaten or bought that came frozen. So
is that the code, the Summer of Soccer code?
No, this is the code to get 20% off from Feed the Party.
So it's Summer of Soccer, Feed the Party.
You better clarify. You're going to have a run of codes on the site.
Yeah, I know. So it is for the Feed the Party website who do it's like commercial meat providers for consumers, one of the, like a meat company. But
Yeah,
the
no,
pork
they're great.
chops, the pork chops, the best you're ever going to have. But I'm telling you, if you love shrimp, get some of the shrimp. The shrimp was unbelievable, nice size, 2-pound bags. I think they were like 16 to 20 size, and they were great. My wife cooked up a whole 2-pound bag. It didn't last one night. Very, very good. So check out the shrimp because I've never talked about the shrimp before.
I was up in Canada.
I didn't get to the burgers yet, Randy. We will. I got some burgers. So you must have seen my order. You must have seen my order because I didn't. That burgers didn't make the video. I don't believe. So yeah, a little peek and seeing what I got.
But you've done a couple unboxings with them, right? You started working with them many years ago, no?
So yeah, the digital experience, like right before the digital experience, Randy told me about the company. We had ordered some meat. It was so good, and the digital experience. There was no gathering of people, so we knew, and we started hearing everybody talking about doing these watch parties, right? So they were going to get together in their neighborhood or with their friends, 5, 6, 10. Some of them were huge, 20 guys. Some of them were in cigar lounges. I think Jay Davis,
Nice.
Texas, threw a cigar party in his cigar lounge for the digital experience, and we partnered up with them to give away a whole big cigar package. So I forgot how we did the contest or what it entailed, but they shipped out this mega, literally to feed the party, the Great Smoke Digital Experience Party. So yeah, we've been dealing with them since 2020, 2021.
Wasn't one of the winners that you highlight? I only bring it up because I know we talked about this privately too, but they were physically on the show. Wasn't it one of the guys that won the Feed the Party thing? One of the puppeteers for Jim Henson, like the Muppets.
Wow,
Nice reference.
I can't remember, but I know the guy you're talking about because he sent me a lot of cool cartoon paraphernalia. I'm not sure it was Jim Henson or something. He was involved in something like Jim Henson or Disney or something like that. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And they had a big watch party.
Oh, you know what? It was him. He did have a big because we had him on.
Yeah.
We had him on simulcast.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It was him. Yeah, he had a big backyard. They were grilling. They were cooking up. Preeminent bathroom break. Oh, okay.
It's a little early.
Carney, you were going to say something about being up in Canada. You had my interest there.
John, I was up in. I know you're in British Columbia, right?
Alberta, close.
Yeah, you're up in Alberta. Okay. So I was up. There was this great steakhouse that used to be in Montreal. It was called Coup de Cheval, and they closed over COVID. And they have a really high-end burger place now. But the best shrimp I ever ate in my life were from there. It was a U2 shrimp. So the way they judge those things, it's by the U is essentially like over under the number of shrimp or the number of. So 16-20 would be like 16 to 20 shrimp per pound, right?
Per pound.
Yep.
Right,
So U2 would be like maximum 2 shrimp per pound.
Yep.
Man, I had U2 shrimp and U2 scallops on the same time.
Outrageous.
Those things were huge. The scallops were like this big around. I mean, it was crazy.
Yep.
U2 scallops. Wow.
Yep.
The
and it's Montreal, so they're just like
delicious. How do you cook it?
Just buried in butter and
Well, burying anything in butter works.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, can't go wrong. Are you still grilling, John? Because I know you were going through a period there, man. You were just like, you were doing grilling events, I think.
Yeah, so I had a series of events. I had a partnership with a company called Meat and Bone. They were based out of Miami. I still do quite a bit of buying from them. They opened up some boutiques around the state of Florida, and they do a lot of dry aged stuff. But yeah, I probably did 40 or so events that I physically cooked at, and we did like 7-course meals. The largest group I cooked for by myself was 182. And that was in Syracuse, New York. We did this thing at a distillery. I don't do as much of that as I used to. Time constraints logistically and where I'm at with building the companies that I'm building. It'd be a lot to take on. Two, the family side of it, I don't grill as much. My wife's a vegetarian.
Your wife's a vegetarian?
Yeah, so if I said,
wow.
Yeah, my wife's vegetarian. So I'm secluded. I must cook outdoors. which is fine. So I don't do as much as I had the last year since my son came along. That's something I've kind of stepped back from. Everything I do is a little bit quicker meals. When I grill, I like to set up and do my things. So the last year I haven't done as much, and then I haven't been posting as much as some. But no, I probably am down to 80% of what I used to do. But I'll start ramping it up again once he turns 1. It kind of changes the dynamic around my house. But it's funny because we did a collaboration with this guy. He's got like 1.5 million followers on Instagram, and he did a compound butter with one of our whiskeys. And one of the guys that works with me was like, he goes, you could have just done this. And I went on this guy's Instagram, and he's got like 1.5 million followers. And I went back to where he started, and he was doing similar things to what I was doing. And I was like, man, I should have just kept pushing that stuff, because what this guy's done was quite impressive. On his growth over the last few years. And he did like a compound butter. Like, man, that was good. So I sent them a picture and a video of me doing that myself like 5 years ago. And I was like, man, this guy just got friggin' 800,000 views on this thing. And that's kind of what I was building. And, it was me, Fred Rui, and Brian McGee from Crown Heads. We had a little cooking show we did for a while. And the last one we did was, it was great. It got better and better and better each time we did it because I got better at technology. And the last one we did was Valentine's Day, I think, of 2021 or 2022. I think it was 21. It was Valentine's Day was the last episode we did. And we didn't know it was our last episode. It just never happened. Nothing happened after that.
I think Abe's still flabbergasted at the
vegetarian
commentary.
I am. I'm still flabbergasted. How do you end up marrying a vegetarian? Like when you go out to eat, do you got to make sure you go somewhere where there's always vegan
first of all, I'll say I didn't know.
What do you mean? Did you take her out on a date?
So the easiest thing with her is she accidentally ate meat, so I thought I was good to go. I knew she was vegetarian. So when we go out to dinner. Hold on.
Yeah,
she accidentally ate
You're bouncing around the story. I need one step at a time here. You take this girl on a date and she accidentally eats meat. How does that happen?
So I knew she was vegetarian prior. I'd known her for quite a while prior. So I knew she was vegetarian. We went out to eat at Meat and Bone. They have a place.
You took her to Meat and Bones.
Miami.
You took her to Meat and Bones knowing she was a vegetarian.
Oh, 100%. They have great sides. So they have great sides. So she's a big fan of just vegetables in general. She's not vegetarian because she eats cheese and eggs. She's not vegan, and so she's not worried. I mean, she wants animals to be treated fairly, but she has no issues with people eating meat, right? So you go to a place, she just inherently likes vegetables. So any steakhouse you go out to eat to has tons of vegetable sides.
I judge steakhouses on the sides.
Casseroles.
I mean, honestly, you get to a level of steakhouse where, I mean, there's and then there's good steak, and at that point you're judging by the sides.
Legendary sides to
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, true. And then if you go to a higher end dining experience, say you go like a couple Michelin star rated restaurants, a lot of those places now love to try to transform vegetables. So like we go out somewhere really nice. I tell them they're vegetarian and they put on a big show. They try to really show off their skills. So that's interesting. But how she accidentally ate meat is we were smoking cigars out front of the spot with the owner. That's how he and I hit it off over COVID. We became buddies because I needed somebody to sponsor the meat for the show. So I just randomly emailed a bunch of places and he responded like that. And so we're smoking cigars. His name's Gabriel Lorardo, great guy. So we're smoking cigars and he brings out this little amuse bouche type thing. And it looked kind of like it was like a tomato paste. And it wasn't. It was like a ground up sausage paste. And so she wanted to be cool. So she grabs and eats it. I knew what it was. And I didn't say anything till like the next day. And she had like 2 of them. And I go, you ate meat last night. She's like, I thought it tasted weird, but she's like, I didn't want to be weird around one of your friends. So I just ate it. And so that on our third date, she ate meat.
Kudos to her.
Kudos to you for getting the job done.
Mm-hmm.
So will the kids be eating meat?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
So it's interesting. Full disclosure. So my daughter is technically vegetarian. She's had chicken. She likes chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. It was funny because my wife had said to me, she's gonna get mad at me for sharing this, but whatever. So she's like, when our kids, they can choose what they want to be. Like, I'm not going to make them do anything. So I go to serve her some steak. We were at some Wagyu, some A5 Wagyu beef somewhere. I'm like, her first beef's going to be Wagyu beef, right? So this was probably, she's like, she doesn't eat meat. And I go, what happened to her making her own choices? And my wife immediately like, well, if she'd like to have it, she can. I'm like, well, she's not going to eat it now because you just scared her because she doesn't even know what it is. So my daughter doesn't eat daddy food. I've already snuck in some meat to my son. So we're going to change that one around a little bit. But
Fair enough.
I don't really mind, as long as they get the protein and things. It's, my daughter is into it a little bit. Her friends, a lot of her friends are big meat eaters. So I'm just kind of waiting for them naturally to get into it. But she, my daughter has been vegetarian diet about 95%.
I'm just like flabbergasted just by the dynamics of what's got to go on. And just look at it. My kids are all,
you should
my
say,
kids
dude,
are all open.
if you're flabbergasted, imagine how I feel.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish my kids were vegetarians.
So I will be. It's less expensive. I'll tell you that. It's a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Less expensive for you because you don't live in a food desert. It's hella expensive up here.
Oh yeah, the vegetables. But I have been recently, Abe. It's funny you mentioned my grilling and stuff because it's a big part.
We're gonna have to get John to reboot at the break.
Like who I am, realistically.
So it is John. It's not me.
As a public,
that's John. Yeah.
Okay. I was literally going to say I'm going to reboot. What is that? Oh, steak.
There you go.
T-bone.
Yeah, so I've been ramping it up. Yeah, I've been ramping it up the last few months. So I'm starting to get a little bit more towards it. What's funny is people ask. They're like, "Hey, you're not posting as much food as you used to post," and just life changes. But I would like to get a little more into it. It was really my identity of kind of part of who I am and
Mr. Meat,
what I like doing. So,
well, on that note, we're going to take a short break. John, reboot if you need to. We'll be back right after the break with all our episodes coming up and more with the crew. Keep it lit.
Imagine not choosing Monte Cristo. Imagine not choosing greatness. The difference between us and everyone else is in our DNA. The flame of Monte Cristo never extinguishes because greatness is more than high ratings and exceptional cigars. In greatness, there is history, development, and constant innovation. Choosing a Monte Cristo is not choosing the easy way. Choosing a Monte Cristo is deliberately choosing the best option. Since 1935, we have strived for excellence. Our brand is backed by thousands of pickers, bunchers, rollers, salespeople, and aficionados like you. Choosing Monte Cristo is more than simply choosing the best. It is joining a family that believes in greatness. It is knowing that Monte Cristo evolves with the times, but still maintains our values and storied traditions. Choosing a Monte Cristo is choosing not to settle for less than the best. Lighting a Monte Cristo is taking a trip down memory lane, yet enjoying the moment and getting excited about the future. Imagine not choosing Monte Cristo. Imagine not choosing greatness. Now our story continues. Without forgetting where we came from, we are creating the future, one blend at a time. Here's to the past, present, and future. Monte Cristo. Then, now, forever.
Honest Abe here with the GOAT to tell you about Smokin's Cigar of the Month Club. Alex, tell our fans out there why our club is the best darn club out there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why. Because every month I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. No filler, no fluff, no fugazis. These are all premium handmade name brands that you can find in any brick and mortar store in your area. All delivered to your door for $34.95. And our average monthly retail value since the inception of our club has been almost $57. Another great feature of our Cigar of the Month Club, Alex, tell them about the ease of our Cigar of the Month Club. I'll tell you, I hate subscription services. It's always a pain to cancel them, turning them on. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, you're going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. Want to turn it back on? The exact same easy process. You can turn it right back on. We've made it that easy for you. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. Alex, tell them about the Double Down Club. We had so many of our members reach out to us who really enjoyed our selections every month that they wanted to know there was a way they can get 2. And we've made that very simple. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Does our club have perks? Of course it have perks. You want to tell them about the perks? As a member of our club, every month there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, we will offer them to you, so you want to come and get some more, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. And finally, expedited shipping. Tell them how fast we get the stuff out, Alex. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. 5 great reasons on what makes Smokin' Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you doing the video with me. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you didn't let me get a word in, but whatever.
What?
Well, great. It's perfect.
Welcome back to hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio.
It's great.
I don't know if I ever want to change that commercial at this point. It's almost like a homage.
Your idea is good, though. It's a good idea.
I know. It would
It's
be
really
funny.
like it's a good next step.
So I fixed the connection issues. I'm in desperate need of a new computer. I think it gets overheated real easy. It's about 5 years old, so it's right in that time frame where Apple, it's a MacBook where Apple like forces you to get a new product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like BMW, right? I had a really nice BMW, an M5, and like it was great for 5 years. And exactly when the warranty was up, everything broke.
Mhm.
And it was the same thing with this computer. So I think I'm in need of that. But to wrap up the meat thing, I'm going to start posting more of it. I think I want to have a fun time doing it. I think it was a unique thing for me in the business and just a passion of mine in general. And one thing I did do was one of the final things. I'll never do this ever again, but it was something I wanted to do. I did a private dinner for someone in their house.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was epic. I mean, it was one of the best meals they ever had. And the reason I'll never do it again is because, and this is why I don't want to be in the restaurant business, everyone has an opinion. The gentleman who contracted me to do it loved it. He said it was incredible, and we could have done the dishes better after. But he had one of his friends that came that was like, well, he didn't really like the salad, and he's like, I thought everything was some of the best food I ever ate. And I said, he goes, so like, if you ever do this again, I just want to hear feedback. And I said, oh, I will never be doing it again, specifically for that reason. Like, I don't. And I told the guys I did it with, they were like, oh, we should. One of them was Ryan Bathurst. He's a rep for Oliva. He was my sous chef. And then my buddy Mike did the sommelier work for me and paired all the wines. And they're like, man, that was so much fun. We'll do it again. I'm like, no, never again. I go, the guy called up and gave me some opinions. And I, never again. It was one time. It was fun. I'd always wanted to do it. And it reminded me of why I wanted to, but also why I don't want to be in that field anymore. So
Service is
more
hard,
steak
man.
pictures coming. Yep.
You are coming in much clearer, John, but you obviously had to trade it off for the Alan Rubin camera perspective.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You guys go on with the show for a bit. I'm gonna fix that perspective because I have a device to connect with. I'm gonna be back in about a minute because with that comment, I refuse to be associated with that.
Shaming him into it.
Alex, are you going for the Jonathan Drew perspective? What are you doing?
Oh, that's like
that's like
Alan Rubin.
Yeah, you got to get the top down 3/4 view. Yeah.
top down.
All right.
What else?
Well, we might as well run into the.
We're gonna do without him.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back by the time we run the intro. Let me get something ready, which I always forget to get ready. Here we go. Now I'm ready. All right. We're going to test our musical acumen as we do at the top of the second hour every week, ladies and gentlemen. And Macanudo Cigars wants to know if you can name that jam.
What are you doing? What's happening right now?
John Carney on it. There's so much shit on Instagram and whatever that is just full bullshit, crap shit that they're all selling. I bought this little stand. I'm going to take a picture of it, probably post it after the show. It folds down to something about this big. You can take a travel with you, but it X's out into a base, and then it's got two arms, and it lifts your laptop. So
I think I've seen this.
It's actually fucking badass. Like I said, normally I need 2 or 3 humidors to get the laptop this high. It was just that one, and we put the stand on it, and it holds it, and it can angle it, so you could actually type. But it would. I mean, if you were doing this while traveling, it's great because this way you're not like looking down trying to do your laptop. It's up here, but I still would like my hands down here. So like in a regular setup, like in my office, I'm gonna get a secondary keyboard that I'll put below it, where I could type, but I'm looking at the screen eye level. I don't have to bend over. So it's actually one of the things I bought from social media that actually panned out to be a fucking solid fucking pick.
You're right, though, Abe. I mean, every time I see an ad on social media, I feel like I'm the shopping investigator. So I like look up the company, find out where the shipping from, and like 99 times out of 100, I'm like, oh, this is BS. This is totally a scam.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash. And you know what? Like, I mean, if I was retired, I would probably do this because those the Brooklyn Stoop guys I was telling you about last week.
Yeah.
I still follow them. I love the fact that they're out there trying to blow up undercover food influencers
or whatever. Yeah.
Right, and call them out when they're full of shit. I think that should be done across all these products. And just start calling people out because the biggest farce and I was so pissed because it's so bullshit that every time I would see it across my feed, I'd go in there, trash, absolutely. Everybody in this fucking thread is lying. This is garbage. Is those smacking sunflower seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen those.
It was hot for a while. Like a year ago, it was everywhere. And, when you make shit product, it can only last so long, right? Before everybody knows. But they were literally the most tasteless sunflower seeds. They had great flavors, and they had like 50 flavors of sunflower seeds. But the flavoring was just all like taking whatever flavor powder they have and filling the bag up with seeds with the powder. So when you, like a guy like I do, I throw a handful of seeds in my mouth at a time, and I just crack them one at a time with my teeth and spit them out. Once that flavoring powder gets all dissolved in your mouth, you're just eating tasteless raw seeds.
Yeah.
It was absolute trash. So maybe in my retirement, I'll start that page.
Slapping sunflower seeds?
Smacking
sunflower seeds.
Smacking, yeah, like smacking. They were so hot, and they were selling them in these 50, 100-pound like packet tubs, and when you go on there, they had like hundreds of praising how it's the best shit ever. Trash, absolute trash. Absolute.
Yeah, I never saw that. I think the cigar business, I don't know if anybody's brave enough to do it. I'm sure as hell not. to call out all the bullshit in the cigar business would be a full-time job, but it could probably really create some connections. But it doesn't seem to go over well. Some of the people that try to do it, and I think some people bark up the wrong tree with it too. But there is a lot of bullshit in this business that could be called out pretty quick.
Well, we're getting on a tangent in the middle of the segment, but the problem with that, John, is unlike back during the boom, a lot of it's good product that's out there today.
Yeah,
so hard to say, I don't like something. There are guys out there who like it.
Yeah.
I sell cigars every day, in the stores that I'm like, man, that's not my cup of tea. But people love it. It's very, very hard because it's so subjective as long as the quality of production is there, right? Where you're going to get in real issues with guys who don't give a shit about quality control, shit's unraveling, shit's plugged 90% of the time. That's always undeniable, like, you suck. Right. Yeah. But if they got the quality control down and, they're making decent sticks, then it's just subjective. But unlike when you're praising something, because for me, that's quality control. There's no flavor in sunflower seeds. You really bought the shittiest, most flavorless, not even salted, because they can't even use salted sunflower seeds because I'm sure salt is in the mix of the powders they're putting in it. So if you're eating one at a time like this, it might be okay. But if you're a guy who just throws a bunch in your mouth, they dilute, and then you just got shit seeds that you're eating. All right. Stay right there. It's time to run. Name that jam and see if we can name that jam.
All right, are we ready?
Let's do
What
it.
are you telling me?
All right, here we go. Let's do it.
For what?
The mama pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. When the papa found out, he began to shout and he started the investigation. It's against the law. It was against the law. What the mama saw, it was against the law.
All right, I got to hear that one more time. Sorry.
I know. I saw him like this. The guy's not. All right, here we go.
Wait till I tell you the story. It's hilarious, but go ahead.
The mama pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. When the papa found out, he began to shout and he started the investigation. It's against the law. It was against the law. What the mama saw, it was against the law.
Absolutely fucking clueless.
I'm glad Cooper's not here because, of course, Cooper is the musical savant. He would have had that immediately, but I am completely clueless.
Absolutely fucking
Carney?
clueless.
No, well, thank God for the
I
audience.
think the way it's being stated is making me want to think it's like Eminem, but it's not. That this is made to screw me up. So, I have no clue whatsoever on this stuff ever, and definitely none on this one.
Shout out to the audience. At least they had my back.
They nailed it.
Well, the answer is Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard by Paul Simon. Thank you, audience.
Cooper definitely would have had that one.
I'm really going to have to rethink this segment for...
Everybody else has it. Everybody fucking else.
I just want to throw out there, because you guys were talking briefly about doing a movie quote segment, and I agree that's a tough segment to do. I'm totally in for that segment because me, I love obscure movie quotes. I'm all about that. But yeah, that's even more niche than the musical stuff for sure.
So this segment was brought to you by the fine folks over at Macanudo Cigars, and none of us named that jam. So right before Name That Jam, my son starts walking in, right? And so my son's like my little roadie. I pay him a fee every Saturday. He does my full setup outside with the green screen and the laptop and the mic and everything. And when I'm done, he breaks it all down, makes a few bucks every Saturday. So let me get that off the screen. There we go. So he's coming out and he's got this sign. He's trying to hold the sign that he wants me to read while I'm on the air. And he's got this shit writing. I can't read it. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's whispering something and whatever. And we finally go to the break, and I pause. I said, "What are you trying to tell me?" He goes, "I'm getting ready to go to lunch. Do you want me to stay back and not go with everybody just in case you need me?"
Wow.
Good boy. I said, "Where are you going to lunch?" He goes, "Oh, they told me to get dressed and we're going to lunch." I said, "Yeah, bro. We're all going to lunch as a family when I finish KMA Talk Radio. But I appreciate the thought."
Come on, give him credit. Come on.
He thought my wife was going to take all the kids and go to lunch while I sat here during KMA. Yeah, bro, we're going as a family.
I want to circle back to something you're saying during the segment there, Abe, and I see this a lot, not just cigar stuff, but like musical reviews or movie reviews. And I think a lot of people who are, critiquing stuff, there's this sort of differential between I didn't care for it, right? Like it wasn't for me, and it's garbage. And I think, one is a subjective take on whatever you're critiquing, and the other is an objective, qualification of what that thing is. And I think there's definitely times you can say this is garbage because, like you said, like it was constructed poorly, or
right.
The director did a bad job, the lighting was garbage, or the acting was garbage, or the script was garbage. But so many times, especially on social media, it seems like so many things are driven by people just wanting to be out there and say, this is trash. It's like, listen, man, I get that you maybe don't care for Steven Spielberg's latest movie, but I don't think you're at a place where you can be Steven Spielberg is trash, because that's ridiculous. And, I feel like, especially in the cigar space, you see people with really strong opinions who are like, well, this is trash. And it's like, hang on, you didn't like it, and that's okay, because your subjective opinion is valid, but you can't say this is trash for everyone else who wants to try this product. Like, that's craziness. It's so egotistical to make that claim.
And especially in the cigar industry. But, when you talk about your personal opinion and, a subjective point of view, here's a perfect example. So one of my favorite authors of all time is Neil Gaiman. And I actually I finally watched.
Terrible human being, but great art. Great.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to know that.
Fair enough.
That's so egotistical, John.
All right.
One of my favorite books of all time is Project Hail Mary. In fact, I'm such a fan of the book. My wife bought me a signed copy, which is supposed to be delivered like in July, from Easton Press. So I was very excited when the movie came out. So last night I actually got to watch it, and of course,
I'm so excited to hear what your take is on it.
Did you watch it?
I've watched it like 3-4 times.
Okay. So here's my take, because a lot of mixed reviews about it, right? So obviously, whenever you take a really complex storyline, you got to condense it, and shit going to always get lost in the movie version.
Yep.
And the problem is a lot of that extra stuff is what's made the story so beautiful, right?
Yes.
So as somebody who's a big fan of the book, I was totally moved by this movie. I was enthralled in it. So my daughter went with her friends to watch this when it came out in the theaters. I watched it at home, obviously, last night. She fell asleep in the first 45 minutes. She tried watching it again, couldn't get into it. And if you didn't read the book, I don't think you're going to enjoy this movie as much as someone who read the book. And granted, the movie is nowhere near as good as the book. But I finished that movie last night, and I was completely emotionally satisfied. Almost wanted to watch it again back to back.
Thumbs down.
You didn't like it?
Down. No, I mean,
yeah. Totally. I'm getting tingles just talking about it. But I'm also smart enough to know that I feel this way because I got an emotional attachment from it being one of my favorite books. And if you don't know the story or don't read the book, I could totally have someone say that this is not for them, or it was too boring, or I think I like this.
Is The Martian the one with Adam Sandler?
No. Martian's the one with the guy from Good Will Hunting.
Matt Damon.
Yes.
Matt Damon.
And listen, I think The Martian was truer.
Movie.
I think The Martian was truer to the book than Project Hail Mary was.
It's also got a majorly different tone to it, I think.
Yeah, but no, I'm a bigger fan of Project Hail Mary. The Martian made a better movie for me. I think you could love The Martian whether you knew anything about Neil Gaiman or whether you read any of the books or read the book at all. I think Project Hail Mary, if you didn't read the book, it was okay. It was a touching story, but you're not going to feel anywhere the way I feel watching the movie. Like, I want to watch it again. Mind blowing. Good movie. But once again,
anytime you can have time dilation and real physics and stuff like that. I mean, that speaks to the science nerd and the physics nerd in me. I mean, I just thought all that was just. I really enjoyed that movie. That was really, really well done.
And I gotta say, when I saw Ryan Gosling as the protagonist, I was like, I'm not sure that's a good choice.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah, he nailed it.
He was absolutely. So my kids are bringing me this Wonderland marshmallow. I've been meaning to post this now for days. Damn you, Jessica and Kevin, because I bought $150 worth of these little gourmet marshmallow bites. One of my kids bought me one. Oh man, that one was good.
But yeah, it's so hard to because I'm a book nerd. I mean, I started reading serious novels I think when I was 4 years old. So like by the time I was 5 or 6, I'd read through The Hobbit like I don't know 5 or 6 times, and it's so hard to translate a novel in all of its intricacies to a movie script because like you said, you have to. It has to be condensed. It has to be tight. There's no room for all that sort of filler that you can put in a book. Movies just don't have space for that. And so there's going to be huge sections of content that are kind of critical to the story in the book that it's not going to translate to film. And
actually, Alan Rubin caught a verbal mistake. It's Andy Weir, not Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman is my other great author, American Gods, Lucifer, and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of both of them. So I'm just curious. Which one is the bad human being? Is it Neil Gaiman or Andy Weir?
It's Neil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still not happy.
I hate hearing that stuff too. Like I tend to not pay attention to that, not because I'm a bad person, but just because I don't want to know. Because when I know, then I'm like, oh man, this is going to color my experience of whether I want to consume that content going forward. And I'd rather be ignorant a lot of the times because it's like, look, I'm not voting for the guy for office. I just want to consume his content. And then, my wife's like, oh, do you know he did this? No,
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know this. Now I can't watch his content because he's a scumbag.
I don't want to know. I actually got the 3-book omnibus of The Sandman.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a great series, too.
Oh, my God. And when you open it up and you look at it's a graphic novels, but each volume is like this thick. These are mega books with all the graphic components in 3 major books, every graphic issue of The Sandman. And yeah, you don't want to hear it. I agree.
Is the Sandman series books? Is that the one that they produced the Netflix series show about as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yep.
That was
it's really good.
That guy wrote for Marvel, right? Isn't the Sandman part of like the Marvel universe?
Could be
technically.
That I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
not look
sure.
into that. I think it is, but that Sandman series is great.
I think it could be because I think Lucifer is, or somehow because he wrote Lucifer as well. But yeah, I mean, I like his writing, and honestly, even his audiobooks. If you get an audiobook by Neil Gaiman, he's probably one of the best guys to actually listen to make the fucking book awesome. His voice, because he does his own reading for his audiobooks. His voice is incredible. So,
nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Sandman is part of was part of a well-known Marvel comic character, which is interesting.
Wait a second. Is Spider-Man? No, that's Sandman the villain.
Yeah, Sandman the villain.
And then you're ready for this.
Sandman.
Here you go. The next thing, then DC's The Sandman is a dark fantasy horror comic created by Neil Gaiman for DC's Vertigo imprint.
There you go.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Sandman is one of Spider-Man's villains.
Yeah,
Which,
and then the DC was a separate character. That's cool.
Parlays into, have you guys been watching Spider Noir? Have you checked out Spider Noir?
Haven't started it yet.
Haven't started either.
Started it yet.
You got to watch it. You got to watch it. You really got to check it out.
But the season's not done. I don't watch it.
No, I know. You like to wait until the season's done. I totally respect that.
Yeah, I wait till the season's done, man.
Although I will say, one of the things that really pisses me off about Amazon, if you don't pay for the new enhanced non-ad version, what a way to ruin material by having this sort of great pacing and dialogue.
And commercial.
Boom, commercial. Yep. And it's like, dude, do you know how much that takes me out of this content when you do that? Like, it just ruins it for me.
And you want to know what makes it worse, John? This is what makes it worse. Traditional television that we used to watch literally would time shit for commercials. There'd be a fade out, a pause in what was ever going on.
Right.
So that was a commercial. Whatever they're making for Netflix now, they're not making with the intention like, well, this is a good spot to put a commercial. We're gonna tie this little scene up here. So you're literally like breaking. There's no way to put it without breaking the flow of something.
Time for your 6 betting ads to come up out of nowhere.
No. Yeah, I haven't gotten through the omnibus. So Gary saw I got the omnibus. He got a set for himself. It's one of the things I'm going to be excited to start reading. And just the art in the books look fucking amazing. I don't know who did the art, the graphic art for that series for Neil, but it looks amazing. Literally amazing.
Love it.
No, that's in my library too. So I know William Cooper is not here with us this week, but of course the news must go on. So sitting in his shoes this week, bringing us the scoop, is our dear friend John McTavish, the surgeon.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
John.
Here we go. Big shoes to fill. So, as Cooper would say, it's a bit of a light news week. I think we've got quite a number of shipping announcements this week. Capping off with CEO Amazon Basin Daggers has returned. Originally announced in 2025, they are now back. Originally limited edition, 4x38 compact format, using Sumatra wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, Dominican, Colombian, and of course the. I'm not even going to try that Brazilian because I don't do Portuguese, but the special Brazilian Braganca tobaccos. I don't know, out of the Amazon Basin. Comes out of Esteli, Nicaragua, of course. So that's going to be back. Nice little shorty 4x38 format. Yeah.
You got more, Abe?
We got more coming in. I don't know if they came in and they sold out or not, but I'm going to tell you something. I love it. It's a great little size for when you want a cigar. But I had something driving home. Was it last night? It was either last night or the night before. It was one of the new companies we bought them in. I don't know if you tried one, Alex, but if not, I'm telling you, grab one when you go. The apostate little Coronas.
Yeah.
I just have one problem. I have
the
one
tray?
problem. Besides the trade, number one, give me something else, bro. Fuck Coronas, number one. But my bigger problem is
such a hater.
I'm not a Corona guy. You're a Corona guy.
A hater.
I don't
no,
know
but it was perfect for my drive home. It was
but you're a Corona guy. That's your kind of size. It's perfect for you. But I don't know what the fuck is what. The only one I know, okay, this is a Candela. That's about all I know because it's green. So there's no hinting.
So here's the thing. Right. You really have to go read somewhere to figure out what there's like 8 of them, I think.
Right. And they're all some like Mormon language name.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing that tells there's no explanation of what you're smoking by how it's named. And unlike the boxes that they boxed was why we bought them in this year, these little Coronas only come in bundles and are meant for the tray. And I literally only bought it in because I thought this would be a good thing to put right by the register during the day because they're nice and small. People grab some, and they've been going very well. But I like them so much, I think we still have them online because they come in a paper bundle. We fill the tray from the bundle. So if you want to look at what I'm talking about, you can see all the cigars and what the wrappers and the blends are. It's the apostate Coronas, and I think it should state it that they don't come in a box; they come in a paper bundle because we originally bought it in just to put in retail stores, but I thought consumers would really like the cigar, so we offered them online anyway. Did you try one at all or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I love those guys.
I like it. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember no, how could I? That's my problem. That's my beef with this brand. But it was something that caught my eye strangely. It was like because I fucking had to go to the website, which I guess, I get it. But it was like a dark Sumatra and like Pennsylvania broadleaf or Connecticut broad. And so I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. Let me try that. And it was
all pretty interesting, but you're right. As a consumer walking in, you got no clue what you're looking at.
No clue what I'm looking at.
No clue. No clue.
All right. So under the Forged Cigar, go ahead.
They give you that tray. If I was them, I would have put just a short description.
Yeah.
on the front of the tray for each something. But yeah, sorry,
Well,
go ahead.
They do take feedback. So you know, I think
Even if just a wrapper, just
they'll
give me a
actually-
wrapper. You know what I mean? Just let me know what that. But yeah, what else you got?
We got Forged Cigar Companies adding a Salomon size to the La Gloria Cubana. So it's the Los Gloriosos, and it's event only. So that was reuniting Ernesto Perez Carrillo with La Gloria Cubana brand. So obviously, like I said, under the Forged Cigar Company parent brand. So it's a 6 3/4 by 63, which is interesting Salomon size. Comes in a 5-count boxes only at La Gloria Cubana events, priced at $14.99 a cigar. Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan Jalapa filler, and then or binder, and then Condega, Dominican, Nicaraguan Jalapa filler. So a lot going on there, and of course it comes out of the Casa Carrillo factory.
I just want to make sure I understand this. Ernesto's making it for General.
Ernesto's making it for General.
Okay, and it's an event-only cigar, but it's an event-only cigar that you have to buy, not an event-only
do.
cigar in the normal.
Yeah, they're not giving it to you. Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay for it. But you know, kind of cool that reuniting Ernesto with La Gloria Cubana. That's kind of a
You gotta
nice
find out
little
when there's
throwback.
another event near us and go buy like 200-300 of them, and then sell them online.
Scoop them up.
Sell them. Add $5. Sell them online.
Yeah. Now it does also. I think the La Gloria is also available as a standalone in the non size. So you get it as a Toro, Gigante, or Grandioso. But this one's event only. So. And then this is more of a housekeeping thing. So, of course, this is the time of year where sizes and different lines get discontinued. And obviously, STG, Scandinavian Tobacco Group, has a lot of products. So, as a result, some stuff's got to get the axe, and this is just the business. So, 23 SKUs have been discontinued across CAO Bones, Hoy de Monterey, Gold Honey, Room 101 Big Payback, Alec Bradley, the Bolivar Cofredia, and La Gloria Cubana. So, that's normal.
Just to confirm,
it is normal. It is normal.
It is normal. Just to confirm, I believe the Big Payback is being discontinued in the 40-count size.
Correct.
And they're going to be coming in 20-count boxes, which is the move they should have done a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, a 40-count box is, as speaking as a former retailer, that's in any offering, in any brand, that's a big nut to move a retail. So yeah, I think it makes complete sense that you'd want to pivot to only the 20-count boxes.
Abe, I think that because of that, I think we offer them in the 20 bundle, don't we?
So how they ship us the 40-count box, which is very odd, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like they thought just strictly of a retail situation, but it comes in this large wooden box with 2 pre-wrapped 20-count bundles in the box.
Yes.
So we offer them in a 40-count box. We'll sell you 1 20-count
20-count
bundle
bundle.
or a 5-pack.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or you can make your own sampler and put 1 in it. So we like to be flexible at smoking.
New release from
If somebody buys 20 cigars, we don't have to sit there and count 20 cigars. They're really pre-wrapped.
yeah, it's nice that it's pre-wrapped.
Take the bundle and sell it. Pack it up.
Villiger Cigars North America has got a new release. So it's the Villiger 1888 San Andreas. So obviously pretty self-explanatory. It's a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Comes out of Villiger de Nicaragua factory in Esteli. Sorry about that. Used a Habano binder, Nicaraguan fillers, and comes in 3 sizes: a 5x50 Robusto, which is a $12 manufacturer suggested retail; a Toro, which is a pretty traditional 6x50, and then Churchill, which is 7x47, and all available in 20-count boxes.
Now, both Johns actually, well, okay, maybe one John. We won't.
You think they give a shit? They don't give a shit about the U.S. market, right? They can't.
I wasn't even going to
They'd be
say
bankrupt if they gave a shit, right?
Is Villiger even? I don't know. It could be just my opinion and my little cosm of my universe. But did they even have a presence in the premium cigar industry?
No, well, not in the U.S. Not in the U.S.
Listen, we're talking me and you, Alex, but we talk here.
True.
I'm figuring Carney may have, if he ever figures out what the fuck he's doing, might have a little wider perspective. But I don't see Villiger even existing. Listen, the last relevancy
in Canada.
What? Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Canada. John Villiger have any presence there?
Yeah, I mean they got a presence, but it's even in
Machine
the Canadian market, it's very small.
Oh, so I mean the last relevancy in my universe that Villiger ever had were Export A's.
Yes.
And even that disappeared.
Yes.
John, are you ready to join us?
Yeah, my wife needed me to unlock the car, and the only way to unlock it's from my phone.
That's
Nice.
great.
Of course. Yeah,
That's great.
So she could unlock it from her phone, but my phone's easier, right? Because it's not being used. I don't know. They seem to not go away. They're members of the TAA. So
I think it's because it's fueled by their mass market products.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their
sure.
mass market stuff. So I use an importer that imports Villiger's products in the United States. 90% of what they import, I would say, is from just visually looking at it, is the more mass market stuff. But I see it around, and it seems to be.
You see it around in the premium cigar version?
Yeah, I don't necessarily ever see anybody smoking it or saying they do smoke it, but I do see it in stores in small capacities. More so the last few years.
That was their opening order 4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always things to me that are interesting. I don't ever see anybody post on social media that they're smoking a Villiger. I don't
Not
ever
once.
see.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
once,
ever
ever.
see it. No. So I don't know, and that doesn't mean that it doesn't sell, right? Because
I can say that about a couple brands. You're right.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody selling it, and then it seems to be when I'm in retail stores that everybody is what you said, Abe. It's like what they did. They're like, oh, I like Villiger, or I like a person over there, and the cigars just don't sell, type of a thing. Or I'm trying to use them. I'm trying to make space for what I want to bring in for you with Villiger, right? It seems to be one of the common things. So I don't know, but there's brands out there. It doesn't take a lot to make decent money on it. If you have 500 accounts that do a few $1,000s a year with you, that's a few $1 million. So I don't know what their goals are with it, or if it's just something they have, but it seems to me that it's not something that's got serious legs outside of their mass market products, right? It's just like a supplement.
But they keep coming back to making new cigars, so obviously they're committed to the path.
And somebody's buying them, right? So I don't know. The avenues I sell in that Villiger doesn't do a lot of business in those avenues and those type of retail outlets that I work with. But there's certain retail outlets that I used to be part of and that I know other companies work with that I'm not. I'm assuming that probably the distribution channels are probably big. They probably have some huge distributors that distribute to small stores that don't really care what they have. So it's tough because I don't work in those environments. I don't sell to a lot of convenience stores. I don't sell to a lot of outlets like that wholesale to those.
Abe, it's not you, it's him.
Listen, it's
him. No, it's not you, it's him. It was him.
I can hear it. I've been having a connection problem all day. My Wi-Fi is basically at like 25% of what it normally is because I'm doing.
Everybody's good. Everybody, come on, let's everybody in, everybody out.
Hardwire, baby.
Anything else you got going on, John?
We got two more stories. I'll just quickly zip through here. So La Flor Dominicana has announced it's going to release 9 more Espejo de Lido humidors. So that was
Didn't they just do like a gazillion-dollar humidor I saw?
Yeah, that was the big one at Pro Cigar 2026 as part of the gala auction. So that was a big thing. Featured Lido Gomez silhouetted and 150 cigars of 3 unreleased blends. And sold for $51,000 US at the gala, so kind of a big splash. So the 3 blends were the Origins, which is a 7x52, the Lido's Revolution, which was a 7x54 chisel, and then a Futuro, which was a 7x52. So 9 humidors, $20,000 MSRP, and start shipping on June 15th.
Yeah, we ordered 8.
It's a cool project. And yeah,
there you go. Give me a little chuckle or something, man. Fuck, made me think my mic's not working.
No, you're good. We'll wrap it up with kind of an interesting news article, which Coop was saying definitely. I don't know if it was the image in the article or just the person involved or both, but was topping the news charts on Cigar Coop, and that was X at One Ocean. which is the private club. I think Coop had the news a couple weeks ago. That's the private club in Miami Beach, ultra, premium cigar club. They've announced the hiring of Belkis Sanchez as the senior VP and managing director. So
she left Rocky.
She's left Rocky. So, yeah, for those who maybe aren't aware of personnel moves, so she used to be with Rocky Patel Premium Cigars. She's done time with LA Blue, Crown Heads. So her responsibilities, her job is going to be all facets of the club operations, member services, hospitality, team development, programming, events. So she's basically going to be the primary liaison between the club and the members. So she's going to be responsible for culture, service, everything. So it's a big role, and obviously super exclusive, high-end club. So, white glove service kind of thing.
This is in Miami. I don't even know about it. You know about it, Alex?
Yeah, it was on the show. You Coop, that club that used the Opus X.
They use the Opus X. Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
So this will be in Miami Beach.
Yeah, in one of the hotels. I forget what hotel.
Yeah, I don't actually have the hotel, weirdly enough, but yeah. And that is it for this week's news.
Nice.
Check out our friend's site, Developing Palates, who stood in for our man, William the Scoop Cooper.
Check all your news, cigar-coop.com.
Look, he wasn't going to let me slide away with it. What a loyal friend. What a loyal friend. Where is Coop? All I keep seeing is these food pictures he's posting every day.
Every once in a while, he kind of gets voluntold into doing a vacation because it's like, look, Coop, you work 365 days a year on cigar news and media and reviews. Take a break, re-energize yourself with some delicious food and on the road. And so, yeah, he's been eating his way through parts unknown, as they say.
Oh, John's back, I think.
Just leave him in the green room. Leave John in the green room. Wow, it's taking forever for his image to load.
Yeah,
we might have to say goodbye to John. We might have to say goodbye to John early.
Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Yeah, he's struggling. He's even in the green screen room. He's stuck. All right.
Yeah, I've never seen a guy frozen in the green room.
I didn't load up. Whatever it's called.
What? What
would you rather?
Tail of the tape.
Yeah, tail of the tape.
Not here. I'm on number 2. I didn't want to. You know what I mean? I didn't want to miss the.
John, you could throw one in. Obviously, you were probably prepped for it. John.
I'm so prepped. Yeah. Are we on number 2?
Yeah, number 2. You can't give us your number 1. You can only go to 2.
All right. Well, I'll just whip down.
I think anyway. Wait. All right. Yeah, give us down to number 2 because. Go ahead, yeah. Give us no.
Yeah, I think the last time I was on, 3. I did. Yeah, I think I did number 6. 3. Yeah, so I did number 6, which is the MRI scanner. My number 5 was CRISPR gene editing, which was 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool, nerdy science medical thing where they can do direct gene editing. That to me was such an enormous change to the medical industry. I don't think it gets enough props. I had Wi-Fi at number 4, because come on, man, Wi-Fi. We're complaining about it today, but Wi-Fi was a major invention in 1997. Number 3, I think somebody already had, was GPS for personal use.
Yeah, I think that's first one to make all of us.
Yeah, and then number 2.
No,
number 2
because we didn't do
number
2 yet.
Just stop at number 3.
Yeah, you'll be on for 2. You'll be on for 2.
All
He'll
right.
be on for
GPS.
He'll be on for 2 too.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. Who knows?
We got somebody else next week, and then he's on the 27th. He's filling in for Coop
Okay,
today.
so either way, give us a 2 and 1.
I'll feed it to Cooper. Cooper can do me a solid and do my number 2.
There you go. So you're in on 1. Perfect.
He's in on 1. John, is John alive or is he still? I can't.
John
tell.
is alive.
I'm alive.
He's in portrait mode. The phone, when all else fails, you just grab the phone and you do what you got to do.
Well, the phone was the issue. The problem I'm running into is everything I have is plugged in and it's causing the items to overheat.
Yeah,
which is the issue. So my number 2, I'm not gonna be here for 1. I'm gonna go
in your lifetime.
3D printing.
There you go.
Yeah, 3D printing. Since I think I said smartphone the last time, but 3D printing.
Yeah, 3D printing, and I feel like we've basically scratched the surface of 3D printing, because you talk about like material production and the ability to do biological printing at 3D levels. Like they're starting to talk about organ printing and stuff. Like we're on a huge cusp of major changes to everything with 3D printing.
Yeah, like homes, houses.
Yeah,
they do that. The technology is just impressive. So I 3D printing is on my list there.
So we're bringing back one of our original 4 micro blends in a Maduro format coming up soon in the next week or two. And we had the boxes made by Kevin Sheehan, 3D printing.
No kidding.
Yep. Kind of came out cool too.
Hey man, he's got some creative stuff. I'm doing some more. I showed you last week, Abe, when we were together, but I'm doing 3 or 4 different projects with Kevin on his 3D printing thing. And the cool thing about working with him on it's been that I throw him a couple ideas and he comes back with like 10 others, and you pick out some great ideas because he's really into it.
Then I get to the point.
Right. He's into it. Then
it gets to the point where he starts sending you 10 ideas when you didn't ask for anything.
Exactly.
Right.
And he sends you the samples too.
And he'll send them to you. You have nothing. Oh, what's this? Oh, I made something. I sent you a little something.
Yeah.
I think his 3D printing machines run 24/7.
Yes.
I believe it.
I texted him one day and said, "Hey, dude, I'm thinking about such and such," and he had something put together in like 10 minutes. He had a video showing me how it worked exactly how I wanted it, and it was fascinating. Then 3 days later, it showed up at my front doorstep.
Yeah, that sounds like Kevin. All right, nuts. So anyway, so do we have a would you rather?
Yeah, we got a would you rather.
We do have
Nice.
one. Nice. Anyways, John, just curious at this point, because does it get hot in the summer where you're at? Because I know I'm getting ready to because I know I'm getting ready. I can feel it
starting. Who are you asking? McTavish?
Carney.
No, Canadian boy.
Come on.
The surgeon.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's actually been pretty wild. We went from we were in the 90s in May, which is
shit. Like, you guys get really hot. Because parts of Canada, I know that it just stays cold. It's pretty cold.
Well, we're in a weird place where we get hit with Pacific weather, which can be really, really hot, and then so we went from like kind of in the 90s, and then literally like the last 8 days, we're like in the 40s. So like it's just whiplash to go from like, I'm like, I gotta take the dog on a walk, I gotta carry water, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's like 48 degrees, like I need a jacket to take the dog out. Like this is crazy. And there were actually the ski. So this is hilarious to me, but the ski hill. So it's June, right? This is June, and the ski hills are open and operating because they have so much snow in the mountains right now that they're going to keep skiing going all through June because they've got so much snow, which is crazy town. Crazy. And then it's going to, this coming week, it's going to be back up into like high 70s, low 80s.
That's crazy.
It's wild.
Just to be clear, Alexis, I don't think he has the ability to make humidors. That's a completely different project.
That'd be interesting.
I don't think the 3D printers can make that kind of a seal. You'd have to actually do something. You have to add elements to it. But what he made us was cigar boxes. The box that we're going to put 10 cigars in, not a humidor. I'm not sure if a humidor would work with a 3D printer. There's nothing. Even our slide top box. It's like the seals.
Yeah, you'd have to add some kind of seal.
Yeah, there's no seal there to actually retain humidity.
I mean, in theory, you could make the elements of it. You just have to have it to make it to be a true humidor. You have to have.
I don't know if that plastic. I don't know if that plastic can make a really good seal, John.
Printing's not fine enough, or
you have coolers. There's coolers. I'm sure they could 3D print a cooler like a coolador type thing. But the reason cooladors work is because there's seals on them.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're going to either way.
Also, they're cheap.
You could have to add some type of rubber seal, right?
Oh. But
all right.
There is endless stuff with 3D printing. I mean, it's there's so much stuff with it. I mean, the sky's the limit, and it really allows for a lot of creativity. But John touched on the cold thing. So like I'm in down. It's like 92 degrees today out here in my backyard. That's why it's overheating. in Orlando, but where I'm from, up in Maine, we get hot, and this is the thing I think John you'll attest to on it. It'll get hot during the day, but it drops like 25 degrees at night.
Yeah,
Where
at night.
where here it doesn't. You know, like it'd be 95 during the day, it'll be 88 at night. Up in Maine, it'll be 90 during the day, but it's 68 at night. So it always cools off. There's usually only a handful of days where it's hot during the day and at night. Very few.
Yeah, well, we had our air conditioner kicked in last night because, you know, it's weird. Like it was like 62, so the air conditioner shouldn't be kicking in, but the sun is so hot that the house got up to 77, 78. So the air conditioning is kicking in so we can sleep. And then in the middle of the night, it's 43 degrees. And I'm like, well, we could have just opened the windows. We didn't even mean the air conditioning to go off, but you know, like I said, it's swinging so wildly. So,
well, it's time to end our show in a traditional fashion. We're going to go over to the fine folks at True Estate, and we're going to find out, would you rather?
Sure.
How's your video bank? Because, you know, we got to get to them early when we need more.
How is it what?
Your video bank of Would You Rather.
Well, this is fresh, so we got a few. We're good. We're good for a little bit.
Yeah, but don't wait till you're down to one or two.
No, I know. All right, ready?
Yeah, let's see.
Here we go.
Would you rather go coral reef diving or in an African safari?
Not even a question for me.
Oh, interesting.
Safari, easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Abe doesn't do underwater?
I don't do the underwater shit with
I mean, underwater is cool, but I've been coral reef diving. Okay, it's cool, but like, they ain't nothing like a fucking, you know, lion trailing the Jeep in an African safari.
You know, it's really funny because, you know, when you get to my age, you start thinking about different things. And one of the things I have in my new office is this huge 3-piece world map. It's done by a company called Holy Canvas, and it's pretty cool. They customize it, and it says me and my wife's name on it, and we've got different colored pins. So there's places where I've only visited typically before we got together, places where she visited, places where we visited as a couple, and then places where we visited a family. And the last color pin's the red pin for places we want to go. And there's a little country counter at the bottom. So before we put this up in my office, we sit there and pinned all the little locations that we hope in our lifetimes we eventually want to get to. And, you know, South Africa and you know, Kenya for our safari thing is actually on our little bucket list to eventually get to at some point in our lives. So yeah, I would definitely do a safari before I would do deep coral diving.
Do you have a little pin for countries you've smoked in?
No, but I'm pretty sure, since I can afford to travel like anywhere decent, it's pretty much all of them.
Fair enough.
Pretty much all of them. How about you, the surgeon? Coral reef?
I mean, look, I love diving. It's cool, but I think I agree with it where Alex has had his head. Like you coral reefs, it's cool, but like that's a pretty structured, narrow experience. You know, like I think safari, you've got, I mean, just a multitude of animals. Obviously, the vistas are mind-blowing. And
would you rather go coral reef diving or?
Don't know. I think I hate it. Don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think safari is going to be the winner because it's just not something you can reproduce anywhere else. I mean, we got lots of animals up here, but we don't. It's not a safari.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. That's the thing too, especially for like, you know, I can go coral reef diving after the show if I want to. You know what I mean? Down here, so it's a little less exciting of an excursion.
Well,
as, you know,
I'll tell you a funny story. By the way, I was talking to one of my mentors, you know, and my original smoking partner who passed away, Harry Hersey, because Harry Hersey was an avid hunter. He had an office bigger than my Boynton Beach store with almost every living animal that you could think of that him and his wife had hunted down, from lions to elephants to rhinoceroses to bears to antelopes, I mean, to everything. And, Lou Rothman being one of my mentors, which, by the way, I don't know if anybody out there is following it, but we literally got Lou Rothman out of retirement, and he's writing a blog for us. There's a new story every week, and these are epic stories. And I'm glad as a company that I'm going to get a chance to archive these stories before they're gone forever. So if you haven't checked it out or you don't know, please check them out. The one drops every week. It's a new story by Lou Rothman, sometimes industry oriented, sometimes life oriented, but it's great. But, Lou had climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. And I think one of his blogs was about that experience. And that's where came the Monte Cristo Afrique, which was his own little thing, and the, Kilimanjaro cigar. So, always in my young career, I looked up to Lou. Even before I got close to him and knew him as a human being, I just admired what he did and how he did it. And I remember telling my partner Harry, I said, Lou's a great writer, and he's got a great story. I mean, look, this guy climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Right? I need to do something. I said, maybe I should go down on a safari, shoot a rhino or something, talk about it, write about it. And leave John out. Is he affecting my sound? Because I hear him echo when he comes on. So anyways, long and the story short, he's like, yeah, sure. Well, we go down for a 2-week safari. I think they charge you 30, 40 grand for the 2-week safari, 25, 30, 40 grand. And if you're lucky enough to actually get a rhino, that's probably going to cost you about $150,000. So I'm like, oh, okay, plan B.
Yeah.
Literally plan B. Holy shit. And then I'm looking at all the animals in his office like, oh my God, there's a major fortune just in his lifetime of everything he's hunted. But not cheap to go on a safari if you want to actually hunt. Oh. Crazy, crazy story. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. John, Surgeon, always thank you for filling in for our man Coop. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks, and please check out his place, Developing Palates. Great group of guys doing good work for our industry. John Carney, John Carney, would you rather, I know your answer, you would rather have good Wi-Fi so you could stay on the show this week. That's probably what John would have said. There you go. And Alex, I'll probably talk to you on Monday. To all our friends out there, we hope you were entertained and enjoyed spending your Saturday morning with us. And until next week, everybody, keep it lit.